Good morning, children. Today it is lecture 18 under gravitation chapter. I hope you have seen all the previous videos. We have completed the chapter. Today let me go for the problem section under gravitation chapter. Okay. So we are solving problems based on NCERT problems. Similar to that, I will be giving one homework. So better you just go through the problems carefully. Right? This is explanation. We are solving the problems which is of 5-mark problems in PUC first year. So please remember, whenever it is 5-mark problem, you will be having the problems based on, so you will expect the problems with 2 formulas. Sometimes single formula will be there, sometimes 2 formulas. If there are 2 formulas, you will expect for 5 marks. Okay, so please observe the things. Now I just start the problems. Before starting that, today I give the list of formulas based on today's problem. In every class I will be solving the problem. So before going to that, I will just write the formulas. Okay, along with units. So today let me solve based on Newton's law of gravitation and some Kepler's laws. Okay, so today let me just write the formulas used today. And write the formulas used. Okay, in the beginning we come across Kepler's laws of planetary motions. So when you come across Kepler's laws of planetary motions, we have the formulas based on third law, where square of the time period is proportional to cube of the semi-major axis. That formula we know. First law and second law, only the statement we come across, and second law where you will explain about the angular momentum remains constant. Okay. Now I just write the formula based on Kepler's third law, where it is t square is proportional to, it is r cube. What is t? Time period. Time period of the one planet, which is always square of the time period is always directly proportional to the cube of the semi-major axis. So what does represents? R represents distance, T represents time period. So let me write, this time period is always expressed in seconds. Time period is expressed in seconds. Okay. This is the unit for time period. If you are expressing the one for distance, always distance is measured in meters, is in meters. Okay, so you can remember, you can write this is for S, where it is meter here. One more based on time period, we have one more formula where it is t square is equal to, second formula in this, t square is equal to, that is 4 pi square r cube divided by gm. What do you mean by this t? T is said to be the time period, and r is said to be the distance, g is said to be the gravitational constant, m is said to be the mass of the planet. So whenever you want to say mass of the planet, always it is expressed in kgs. Mass of the planet is expressed in kgs. And at the same time distance is measured in meters, you already know. So you can say the g, where g is equal to, that is nothing but 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 nm square h to the power of minus 2. This is the one value for g, where m is always measured in, m is in, that is kg. It is expressed in kg SI units. And you already know r is measured in meters and t is measured in seconds. This is the one formula using Kepler's laws. Okay. One more based on Newton's law of gravitation, where you can also learn based on Newton's law of gravitation. In that we come across the one formula where it is nothing but based on the one Newton's law of gravitation, where F is equal to capital G m1 m2 by r square. Suppose if you are saying r is a distance, this distance is measured in meters. F is measured in, where F is in Newton. F is in Newton. And what is mass? Mass is measured in kgs, and G, you already know the value of G is 6.67 10 raised to minus 7 m square h to the power of minus 2. One more relation we have, the relation between small g and capital G. So that formula you can remember, where small g is equal to, where gm by r square. What is this G? G is expressed in G, acceleration due to gravity. It is expressed in meters per second square. M, mass of the planet measured in kgs, and distance is measured in meters. So this is what you have the formula. Today let me solve based on this few problems using this. Okay, right. Now for the first formula, where Kepler's laws of planetary motion, based on that you come across the one time period using the G as well as M. Using that we have formula, and this is for force using the Newton's law of gravitation, where two masses are given. This is the relation for acceleration due to gravity and the one gravitational constant. Okay, so these formulas, let us solve today some of these formulas. Okay, now let me first solve the one problem based on this, where you come across the distance of Neptune and Saturn. The distance of, first problem, the distance of Neptune and Saturn. The distance of Neptune and Saturn from the sun. From the sun, nearly 10 raised to 13 meter and 10 raised to 12 meter. 12 meter respectively. Assuming that they move in circular orbits, assuming that they move in circular orbit, then what will be the ratio of their period? Circular orbits, then what will be its ratio of their periods? What will be the ratio of their periods? The ratio of their periods. This is what the question they have given here. So please observe, here they have given two planets, and also they have given their distance between them. From the sun to their position, they have given the distance. Now we have to calculate what will be the ratio of their periods. Their time periods you have to calculate. The distances already they have given. So you have to use this formula. Since they have given two planets, let us take one is T1, another is T2. But here already they have given the name. One is Neptune, another is Saturn. So let me take as per the Neptune and Saturn. Depending on that I can write the formula. So I just take the help of this formula. Okay. At that time I write TS. First one is Neptune. So let me write Tn is proportional to the one Rn. Tn square is proportional to Rn cube, and Ts is proportional to Rs cube. So this is the one expression we have. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. We have taken the help of T square is proportional to R cube. Using this concept, I have written this formula. One is Neptune, another is Saturn. Now let me write. Now I have to take the ratios. As they have saying, what will be the ratio of the periods? I take the ratio. I just write the ratio means I can divide them. If I just divide them, then I can write the proportionality like this. Right? Now, I had to calculate now Tn by Ts ratios. Now I just write Tn by Ts is equal to Rn by Rs to the power of 3. Since I have written here, this is square here, but I have written only Tn. So I write to the power of, that is 3 by, because to the power of half it is, because I should take square root. So that becomes 3 by 2 like this. Now if I substitute the values, then your expression becomes Tn by Ts is equal to, what is Rn? This is Neptune. First is Neptune, second is Saturn. They have given from the sun nearly 10 raised to 13 meter and 10 raised to 12 meter respectively. So the first comes to first one, second for second value. Okay, I can write for Neptune it is 10 raised to 13. For Saturn it is 10 raised to 12 to the power of, this is 3 by 2. Now here 10 raised to 13, 10 raised to 12. If you cancel, you get the value Ts, that is Tn by Ts is equal to 10. Only 1 10 will be left out when you cancel this, because 13, here it is 12. 13 minus 12, when it goes numerator it becomes minus. 13 minus 12 is 1. 10 to the power of 1 becomes 10. 10 to the power of 3 by 2. Okay. Now using this, if you just calculate 10 to the power of 3 by 2, finally if you just calculate, you get it is 31.6. Just if you cube it, you have to cube that and then you have to take square root, you get the value, that is Tn by Ts is equal to 13.6. This is the value for the ratio. You just keep as it is. Since there is a ratio, there is no unit for this, because time is expressed in seconds. This is also second. Second will get cancelled. You get only the mere number. You will never get units. I think you have followed this. So very simple. They have given 2 planets and 2 distances, and they are asking to calculate time period. We have written the ratios, and finally we got the answer. But this is only a number. You do not have units, because already it is the ratio. It gets cancelled. Hope you understood this. Similar type, I will solve one more problem of this, the one time period, then you will understand one very easily. Okay? Let me go for the second problem. Second problem. A Saturn here is is 29.5 times the Earth here. The Earth the Saturn from the sun if the earth is 1.50 into 10 raised to 8 kilometer away from the sun. This is the one question they have given. Here also they have given Saturn and Earth year. They have given in year. So you need not convert for this. Both are in years. And they are asking to calculate the one distance which is the Saturn from the sun if the Earth is given distance, and you have to calculate what is the distance from the Saturn towards the one sun. Okay, so that is what you have to calculate here. First point is you have to use Kepler's third law of planetary motion. As per this, write one is a TS. What is TS? TS is nothing but time period of Saturn. Another is Earth year, that is TE. Right? This is the one time period of Earth year. Okay? And they have given the condition a Saturn year is 29.5 times the Earth year. This is the condition they have given. So and also they have given radius of this. So let me write the Saturn year is TS is equal to 29.5 times the Earth year. This is the condition they have given. Okay, and next is the radius of the Earth, nothing but that is RE, is equal to 1.50 into 10 raised to 8 kilometer. How far the Saturn from the sun? You have to calculate what is RS. You have to calculate this. This is the question they have given. First one, the Saturn year is 29.5 times the Earth year, and they are given the radius of the one Earth, nothing but the distance from the sun to the Earth. You have to calculate distance from sun to the Saturn. This is the one question they have given. Just like you have to use this formula, as per this, you write T square is proportional to RS cube. This is again RE cube. Like this it is, the condition. Now let me write, as per this if you write, this is TS by TE. That is nothing but RS by RE whole cube, like this we have formula. Okay. Now I write, as per this condition, I write the formula like this, where TS by TE whole square is equal to RS by RE to the power of 3. Okay. Now this expression can be written like this, TS by TE is equal to 29.5. This is how you can write for this. Okay. So wherever you have TS by TE, you can write 29.5. And wherever you have RE, you can write 1.50 10 raised to 8 kilometer. You need not convert now. Directly you can express the answer in kilometer. By chance if they give to write in meters, you have to convert. Here they are not given any condition. Directly you can write the answer in kilometer itself. Now let me substitute as per this. If I write for this, then you get, it is the one condition, there is nothing but TS by TE is 29.5 to the power of 2, and this will be by 3 is equal to RS by RE, like this. Okay. If you cross multiply this, then your expression becomes RS is equal to, that is 29.5 to the power of 2 by 3 into RE. And this is the one condition it is. Only simple cross multiplication. This I have written like this because I have to remove this cube root, so we get like this. Okay? Right. Now this can be written as RS is equal to this 29.5 to the power of 2 by 3 the power of 2 by 3 into RE. RE it is 1.50 into 10 raised to 8 kilometer. This is what they had done, right? Now, when you just multiply 29.5 to the power of 2 by 3, you get the answer 9 point, for this completely 9.5473 into 1.5 into 10 raised to 8. Then if you just multiply, you get 14 point. If you multiply this, you get 14.3 into 10 raised to 8 kilometer. So you can write this as it is kilometer. So just multiply, you get this answer. Just only rewriting the formula as per the question. You have written this condition. Now substituting, you get this formula. Finally cross multiplying, you get this. Simple. So I have solved different two types. So just get the condition, reading the question, you write as per the given question. Okay, this is how you have to solve the problem for time. Okay, now let me use the next problem formula. When using this, let me solve one more problem. Let me write this one. Right. Let me just rub the board. The third problem. If the distance between the earth and the sun gets doubled, what would be the duration? What would be the duration of the year if the distance between the earth, if the distance between the earth and the sun gets doubled. So, okay, now what would be the duration of the year during the distance between the earth and the sun gets doubled? So, please remember, now they are asking the one duration. Duration means time period. You have to use duration and they are asking the distance. So, you are ready to use the one using this formula because time is given, duration is given, and G and M of that particular planet, whatever you are using, based on that it will be constant. They are not given any values, you need not worry, you can keep it as it is. Only variables are T and R here. So let me write now the value for this is, let me write the first condition. Let us use the formula T square is equal to 4 pi square R cube divided by GM. This is our condition. Okay, let me for your convenience I will tell you what is T1. Here in this case I will write T1 is the time taken by the earth to complete one rotation. Earth to complete one rotation. one rotation about the sun, and about the sun, when the distance between the earths, distance between the earth and the sun is r. Please observe, here time period taken by the earth to complete one rotation, and about the sun, when the distance between the earth and the sun is r. If t1 is there, at that time I take this is the distance r, and for your reference I write this is r. Let me write distance is r. If I keep also no problem. Let me keep this is r for the t1. Suppose if I take second time period, at that time they are asking what is the distance between the earth and the sun. If the one, what will be the time period if the one distance gets doubled? At that time I write the same formula, that is t2, time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about the sun, when the distance between the earth and the sun gets doubled. That is the condition. So at that time I write time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about the sun, when the distance between the earth and the sun gets doubled. At that time I write it is double is, what is it? 2r. So r was the distance. Now it has been doubled. At that time I should take 2r. So what you have understood? If t1 is there, distance is r1. If t2 is there, distance is 2r. Right? Now using this, I'll write the formula. Now I'll just write here. Let me just cut this one. So T1 by T2 is equal to, T1 means R it is. This T1 is nothing but, it is R, and the one formula remains same. So let me write for this, T1 is equal to 4 pi square R cube divided by Gm. What is T2? 4 pi square, that is R will become 2R whole cube divided by Gm. So this is the one condition. Remaining all are constants here, only the variables is this much. At that time, if I write the formula using the one I want to calculate for the second one, whenever it gets doubled, I write the ratio like this. T2 by T1, that is, this is square here, square is equal to, I just first write into 4 pi square into 2R cube divided by Gm into Gm divided by 4 pi square R cube. Right? This 4 pi square, Gm gets cancelled. Now 2R cube divided by R cube. So T2 by T1 whole square is equal to, this is 2R divided by R whole cube. R and R gets cancelled. 2 to the power of 3 means it is 8. So T2 by T1 whole square is equal to 8. 2 cube means you will get 8. So now I have to take the square root for this. So when I take square root, I get therefore T2 by T1 is equal to that is square root of 8. 8 is nothing but 2 root 2. 2 root 2. Right? T2 by T1 is 2 root 2. What do you mean by 2 root 2? It is nothing but they are expressing in the one here. They have said the time duration is only 1 year of the year. 1 year for T1. So what is T2? Therefore, T2 is equal to, therefore you can write T2 is equal to 2 root 2 into T1. What is T1? T1 is 1 year. This is 1 year. They have given the question in years. Okay. So 2 root 2 into 1. This becomes 1 year. Therefore 2 root 2 years. T2 is equal to 2 root 2 years. You can also take square root of root 2. Root 2 is 1.414. If you multiply, you get the value for this as T2 is equal to 2 into 1.414 year. It is as good as T2 is equal to, that is 2 into 1.414. You will get it as, it is 2.83. It is 2.83. That is 2 4s are 8 you get. So 2.83 years. Reckoning you get, you can write like this. So please observe. What will be the duration of the year if the distance between the earth and the sun gets doubled? For this you are comparing with the earth when it is doubled distance. So first let me write, taking this formula. This is our formula used in this. Now T1, time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about the sun when the distance between the earth and the sun is r. So T1 when it is r. T2, time taken by the earth to complete one rotation about the sun when the distance between the earth and the sun gets doubled. So at that time I write r itself becomes 2r. I write as per the question, this is T1, this is for T2. This r will get doubled here. Okay. Now I have to take the ratios now. I have to calculate T2. So let me write T2 by T1 ratios. Using this you get. So here 2 to the power of 3 will become 8. Now I have to remove the square, that is here square is there, I have to take square root. So taking square root, that is nothing but taking square root on both the sides. So at that time square root means this will go now, it will get T2 by T1 to the power of root 8. So here after this I have to remove the square, I have to take the square root. So taking square root you get this. You can write here taking square roots. Taking square roots on both sides. So you have to follow this. When you do this, then this square will go. If you take the square root, this square will go. You will get square root here. This root 8 will become 2 root 2. Root 2 means 1.414. At that time, you can write 2 is equal to 1.414 year. This is 1 year. 1 into year is year itself. So you can write this will become anything multiplied by 1 remains same. You get this answer. This is how you can calculate. Okay. Now, based on this, I'll solve one more problem. At that time, some conditions are there. Using that, let me solve the problem. Next question. NCERT problem, one problem will solve. Let us assume 2.5 10 raised to 11 stars. 11 stars each of 1 solar mass. 1 solar mass. 1 solar mass. How long will a star at a distance of 50,000 light year 50,000 light year from the galactic center take to complete one revolution take the diameter of Milky Way, diameter of the Milky Way to be 10 raised to 5 light year. Okay. Here please observe, they have given mass of the galaxy. Mass of the galaxy they have given in terms of solar mass. Let me write as given by the question. So let me write as per this. Mass of the galaxy is equal to 2.5 10 raised to 11 stars of solar mass. This is the one question they have given. Mass of the galaxy, right? Those many stars are there of solar mass they have given. You should write solar mass. Here they are not given solar mass, but let me give the value of solar mass. What is that solar mass? One solar mass is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 30 kg. So this is one solar mass. We just remember this is the one condition you have to take. 2 into 10 raised to 30 kg. So using this, first let us write the one condition here. As per this, I write 2.5 10 raised to 11 into these many stars are there of solar mass. 2 into 10 raised to 30 kg. This is the mass of the galaxy. Okay, right. What is the next point they have given? How long will a star at a distance of 50,000 light year from the galactic center they have given? So that is nothing but you have to calculate 50,000, the radius of the path of the star is given. 50,000 light year they have given. You should also know the one light year. What is that light year? That 10 raised to 5 light year they have given. That is diameter. First let me write diameter is equal to 10 raised to 5 light year. What is 10 raised to 5 light year? 10 followed by 10 to the power of 5 zeros. Means 10 followed by 5 zeros. So it is 3 to 5. 3, 3, 6. means nothing but 1 lakh. 1 lakh divided by 2. This is light year. Let me write as it is. Okay, this is diameter. What shall I write for this one? This is 10, that is nothing but 2, 4, 6 they have given. I should write radius is equal to, that is 50,000. You get it as, because here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So you get, this is nothing but 50,000 light year. 10 followed by 5 zeros they have given. 10 to the power of 5. So you get 2, 4, 5. This is 6. 6 zeros are there. So 10 by 2 means it is 50. That is 5. 5 followed by 4 zeros. I should write 5 followed by 4 zeros. You will get it as 50,000. Because here I should write here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. 5 followed by this. Nothing but you get it as 2, 4, 50. That is 50,000. 10 followed by this here it is 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 5. Like here you get 10 that is. So you get right here. This becomes 50,000 light year. This is how you get 50,000 light year. What is 1 light year? 1 light year is equal to, it is 9.46 10 to 15 meter it is. Please observe, 1 light year is equal to, 1 light year is equal to 9.46 into 10 to 15 meter. This is the one condition light year. So I should write now radius. What is the radius you should write? That is distance you are write as radius of the path of the star means it is 50,000 into that light year. Radius of the path. That is how long will the star distance, radius of the path, which is equal to 50,000 into light year 1, that is 9.46 into 10 raised to 11. It is a meter. This is written in meters. This here they have given here. Using this, if you multiply, that is 9.46 10 raised to 11, you get it as 4.73. This becomes 4.73 into 10 raised to 20 meter. This is what you get. 4.73 into 10 raised to 20 meter. Now you have to calculate for what? The one. Take the diameter of the Milky Way. Then how long will the star? Distance for this one you have to calculate. So you have to calculate what is it? Time period. So how long? Nothing but time period you have to calculate. Let me write the formula for this as it is t square is equal to 4 pi square r cube divided by gm. But I want for t. Therefore t is equal to 4 pi square r cube divided by gm to the power of 1 by 2. I can write like this. Okay. Now using this, if I substitute, let me write the one value for this one. Here it is t 4 pi square r cube gm. All these if I substitute, we get the one value it is. Now let me just multiply these things. If you multiply, you get for this is 5 into 10 raised to 41 kg. You get. You get in terms of answer is 5 to 10 raised to 41 kg. Now using that, let me substitute the value here, where t is equal to 4 into 3.14 whole square into r. R is 4.73 into 10 raised to 20 to the power of 3 divided by g. 6.67 10 raised to minus 11 into m. M this time we got 5 into 10 raised to 41 kg. Right? This is what here to the power of half. So very big number. By using your one calculator you can calculate. That value is, for you get 3.55 10 raised to 8 years. T is equal to 3.55 into 10 raised to 8 years. This is what you get it. But they are asking, they have to express it, how long will I start they have given. So you had to convert in seconds. They did not say anything here, but time period is expressed in seconds. So let me write for the 1 seconds. At that time, I just write how to convert for seconds. Let me tell you how it is. Where you know 1 year. 1 year can be written as 365.25 because 365 1/4 you get it, because of for every 4 years you get the one leap year, you get 365.25. So this is for 1 year. So 1 day. 1 day means it is 24 hours. 24 hours in that 60 minutes. 60 minutes makes that is 1 hour. And 60 seconds makes that is nothing but 24 into 60 into 60. This much you have to multiply for this. When you multiply this, you are completely converting into seconds. Please observe. This is 1 year, 365.25. This is for 1 day. So multiplied by 24 means you are converting for 1 day. Multiplying for 60 minutes means converting for 1 hour. Multiplying for 60 seconds, you are completely converting for seconds. So this is equal to nothing but into seconds. This much you are getting. So let me write this for now. It is in years. It is in now seconds. Let me write 3.55 into 10 raised to 8 into 365 into 365.25 into 24 into 60 into 60. If you multiply, you get complete answer in seconds. So your final answer will be, it is in seconds. 3.16 into 10 raised to 7 seconds. So you get the answer. It is completely 3.156 into 10 raised to 7 seconds. 3.156. So you are completely converting into seconds. Here in this, what the new question you have observed here means, formula is same, but they have given solar mass. This condition you have to remember. And light year, you should know what is 1 light year. Then only you can convert this. This is given for diameter. Now you are converting for the one radius. Using this, you are substituting the value in this formula. Finally, you got the answer in years, but that is converted in seconds. So in this problem, you have just learned how to convert the things. Hope you understood all the 4 problems. Now today only we have completed based on Kepler's laws of planetary motion along with the time period. In the next class, let us go for the Newton's laws of gravitation and acceleration due to gravity.